Good morning. It is day 24 of 84. I was 229.4 pounds this morning. I'm up 0.4 from last week on Wednesday, but I'm pretty sure it's from the diuretic, from not taking the diet pill anymore, and that's the reason why the weight has gone up a little bit. Honestly, I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to watch it, see what it does, but I'm about to eat my food and then get this cardio taken care of. It's not rainy this morning, but it's still cold, 44 degrees. I know it's like, well, it's winter. It's supposed to be cold, but our winters are not this cold. So we had a cold front come through. It'll warm back up a couple degrees here in a few days and probably start walking outside again in the mornings. At least it's not raining. And that's the thing. To be honest, I don't hate walking on the treadmill in the morning, to be completely honest. I don't actually hate it. In the evenings, it's dreadful. It's boring, it's tedious, and it's mind-numbingly dull. But in the mornings, to be completely honest, it's not so bad. I don't know if it's because the comfort of being in a warm area instead of being outside and being cold, and the alternate is like go outside and be freaking cold, or walk on this treadmill and stay warm. So maybe it's just a mindset thing, but either way it goes, I'm getting it in, no excuses, one way or the other, it's going to be done. You know, and even though my body weights up a little bit, I'm pretty sure it's because I'm not taking that diuretic no more that I was taking last week in the animal cuts, and there's a good probability it's just water retention. I mean, who knows? Just going to keep an eye on it, see how it's going. There's absolutely 0% chance that I gained any body fat. Zero, because I haven't changed anything up, and the weight's still coming down. So it's just not as down as much as it was last week. So I'm not stressing it at all. I knew there'd be a fluctuation this week because of the animal cuts being out of the routine. And last night, I never even got up and peed once. When I'm on animal cuts, I'll get up and pee 5, 4, 6 times a night. And last night, I never even peed once. So it's more than likely just water weight. Like I said, we're just going to keep on watching it. We'll get a pretty good idea of what these pills do in the next 12 weeks. From being on for 3 weeks, off for a week, on for 3 weeks, off for a week, all the way through the 12 weeks. Either way it goes, I feel like they work. I feel like they are worth giving a go. But they do cost a lot of money for 3 weeks, though. $50 for 3 weeks, that is a lot of money. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my walk. Another cold day, but it's okay, because when it's cold, chicken and carrots all the way. See what I did there? I rhymed, so that way you know it's legit, because if something rhymes, it has to be true. It's the most wonderful meal of the day. Yellow rice and chicken breasts, enough to fill me up. I lost the rhythm of that song. But anyways, it's my favorite meal of the day, yellow rice and chicken breast. I'm hungry, I'm ready to eat and get my coffee in. I'm gonna get to the gym and get those gains in the day. I am looking forward to arm night, doing some anti-reps and making the most out of it. Because Lord knows I have put in a full day's worth of work today, and I do deserve me some chicken and rice. I tell you the trick to making a good cup of coffee. You don't do the large setting if you want your coffee. Well, if you want to have a lot of coffee, right? You want to drink a full cup of coffee. You don't put the largest number, right? Whether it's large or 10 ounces or 12, whatever the biggest setting or the most coffee that you can make at one given time on your Keurig, you don't use that one. What you do is you use a medium setting, or the 10 ounce, the 8 ounce and 6 ounce, and you get a full 16 ounces. So if I do the 10 ounce, it fills it up to like right here, right? And I can't put any more in there. But if I do the 6 ounce and the 8 ounce, it gets me all the way up to right there, which is a full cup. And then I use 2 K-cups, which gives me a stronger cup of coffee, and it gives me better flavor because I'm not diluting it. Because the thing is, there's only so much coffee grounds in these K-cups. So whenever you use a larger setting, if you actually watch the coffee coming out, the first maybe 4 or 5 ounces of coffee is coming out jet black. And then the rest of it starts coming out clear like water. So one day I had an epiphany. Like, why am I doing 12 or 14 ounces or 16 ounces of diluted coffee from the same K-cup? What if I use 2 K-cups from the smaller setting? And then there's still room in the cup. So I was like, all right, let me do the medium setting and the small setting. And that put it exactly where it needed to be a perfect cup of coffee. So that way I get the full cup and then I get full flavor and it's not diluted in water. Because if I have a actual real coffee maker, I fill that coffee filter to the brim. I fill it up. Like I fill it up with grounds. Like I'm not a 2 scoop coffee grounds into a coffee filter kind of guy. I'm like, okay, what's going to cause that to come out the absolute darkest and the thickest for the longest to give me the strongest cup of coffee I can handle? And that's what I do. And if I still can't get it to my likings, that's where instant coffee comes in. I used to make 12 ounces of coffee, and then I would add instant coffee to my coffee to thicken it up to give me the proper amount of coffee that I would like. Now, what I mean proper amount of coffee? What's a proper amount of coffee? I mean, a proper amount of coffee is the amount that is strong enough to handle just barely because it's so bitter, and the amount of energy that you need to get you through whatever it is you're trying to get through. And that is a proper amount of coffee with a proper amount of flavor. I like strong coffee, very strong, heavy, kind of makes you pucker a little bit. For the first couple sips, like a good strong glass of whiskey. But that's just me personally. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and eat this and drink this and get ready to get to the gym. I'm ready to get out of here. Time to cling and bang some weights. Going to get the barbell down, starting with straight bar curls like always on arm night. See how ugly I could get this form and how much weight I can whip and swing around. Well, let's see how this goes. 130 pounds. Just 5 away from doing a plate aside. And that's ultimately the goal, right? To get strong, move some weights, thicken up these little pea shooters. I know, it's like, dude, your form is terrible. It's like, I know. That's why I call them anti-reps. I'm not trying to rep this clean. I don't care how it looks. I just want to move weight. I just want to move a lot of weight. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, how it feels? Heavy. All right, let's get some momentum going first. All right, we want to start stripping weight right off the bat. I'm not going to try to push that for another one, that's for sure. 9 ugly reps. We'll drop it by that 5. See how this goes. Honestly, it didn't feel too bad. To be completely honest, it didn't feel too bad. I know. Well, it's also, but your rep looked bad. It felt bad from this side of the camera. I'm sure it did. It's amazing how much lighter that feels. Let's do that for one more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's do this for one more. Let's see what we get on this. Let's see if we can't get that for another couple. Okay, there it is. There's the drop. Whew. That faded fast. That faded really fast. I would have had a couple more in there than that, but that's okay. That's okay. You can't win every night. But still went up in weight. So I guess technically it's a win. It's a win still. It's a win. Okay. Let's go for a rest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I know you're like, oh, it's not in your biceps. I feel it on my biceps. My biceps feel crazy pumped right now. They feel very tight. They definitely feel like they're getting worked. There's no doubt about that. They are getting worked. And honestly, if you don't push yourself a little bit here and there, you're never going to get stronger. 2, 3, 4. You have to be willing to push the envelope a little bit. 5, 6. So you can't full throttle all the time, but you have to be able to give it a little bit of gas here and there. It doesn't even have to be every week, you know. It could be once a month or something, but you gotta give it a little bit every now and then. You gotta have a little fun. Test yourself some. All right, time for another drop. And who said curls couldn't be a full body workout? Who said that? I don't know who the guy is that said that, but he is wrong. This gets your breathing, get your heart rate up, get your lungs burning, get your shoulders pumped, your biceps, your back, your lower back, your lumbar, your L5, your glutes, your knees, your spine. You know, it gets a lot. It really does. It works a lot, you know. He who swings the biggest barbell will grow the biggest biceps. Dang. Coming down to the nitty gritty now. Like I said, I don't care what anybody says. I feel this in my biceps more than anything. Pick a weight that they can't handle and force them to have to get used to it. I don't want to do something they can handle. I want to do something they cannot handle because I want them to have to be forced to adapt to it. I want them to have to figure out like, oh crap, you know, this dude's he's not going to take it easy on us. Like we have to do something because this isn't going to stop. This relentless bombardment on us, it's relentless and unforgiving. Notice how the form's getting better? That's because I climb one side of the hill and then I come down. When the weight is lighter in the beginning, the form is perfect. As the weight gets too heavy, I start using body English doing anti-reps. And then when the weight starts to come back down, the form starts to clean up. I like to take that peak as high as I can get it. It doesn't matter what's right, it only matters if it works. Probably gonna get one more and that's gonna be it. Yep. That's all she wrote for this one. It's amazing what 5 pounds can do. Those straight bar curls tore my biceps up, man. They really lit me up. So I'm going to probably not be able to get as many reps on these tonight. Plus I'm going up on these too. Normally I go to the 25s. I'm going to the 30s tonight. That's gonna be it. You know, I used to do these with the easy curl bar, and man, once I hit 30s, I come up and I hit the pad already with this size dumbbell head. And the 35 is the next size up, and it's a lot bigger, so it shortens my range of motion. So I think I might have to go back to doing the easy curl bar on these whenever I decide to go up in weight, because it's not going to cut it that range of motion. I'm going to need a bigger range of motion to utilize these the way I like to utilize them, because I like to use spider curls for more of a full range of motion on the arm, and I use preacher curls and straight bar curls for a short range. So I might have to do something about that. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, not too bad. I'm gonna do a drop set on these. That's what I'm feeling tonight. Sometimes you gotta change it up. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over, and I haven't done a drop on these in a minute, so. One more drop. Plus, my biceps haven't been sore in a while. It's amazing what your body can adapt to. That's it. I know, it's like, what is going on? What are you doing here? Why are you facing the rack instead of being in the rack? And what are you doing with that apparatus of a barbell? This is a Swiss multi-grip bar. And I bought this to do bench press with because of different grip handles. You can do inwards, outwards, you know, wide, narrow, a bunch of cool things from barbell rows to bench press to shoulder press, and also doing overhead triceps. This bar weighs 60, and then I added 15, so 75 pounds. I love V-bars, but the problem is with the V-bars right now, I'm using the other stack, the big stack, and I'm no way outgrowing the big stack, right? There's no way. I'm barely doing like the 80 or 90 pounds with that. But the thing is, this is way harder than doing those. And I wanted something a little bit more difficult. So that's why I picked these. Now this isn't going to be nothing like no drop sets or rest pause or superset. This is probably just going to be a straight set all the way through. I might do a rest pause. I might do a drop set. But more than likely, this is just going to be straight through. And don't ask me why I start like this instead of starting in the rack. This is just the way I've always done it. And to the throat. Okay. I'm going to do it for the rest pause. 1, 2. I'm going to rest 15. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feels like eternity. 9. Feels like such a long time. 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh. Okay, let's go one more rest pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll tell you this much, whenever you're bringing a barbell down to your throat, it really makes you slow the tempo down and control the weight. And the fear of coming down too fast, losing control, and crushing your esophagus. It's like, oh man, this seems really dangerous, because it is. There's a fear factor, right? I'm alone. I'm doing this with no one in here, by myself, with something that could potentially really hurt me or kill me. So it's one of those things where it's like there's a certain amount of caution that has to go into it, right? Ah. All right. Whew, there it is. That's for these. And I feel these somewhere between the shoulder and the elbow, roughly around that area on the back of the arm, somewhere in between here and there. Ultimately, the whole entire back of the arm gets lit up with these on me. I'm not really sure if it targets the inner head or the outer head more. Maybe the inner head. That's where I feel the pump better. But really, I don't truly know which one it's better for. I just know I like them. And it's different than what I've been doing. So, therefore, I'm going to do them. Do a drop set on these. That's what I feel like doing on this tonight. I feel like doing some drops. Did rest pause on the other. So let's do some drops on this, huh? That sounds good. Oh. No rest either. Just drop and go, drop and go. Try to keep the burn with a lighter weight so it feels heavier. The muscles don't know the difference. Oh. They only know that it's hard and it's burning and it's heavier than they can handle. So, there. Come on. Oh. Down to the 40s. All right, that's as far as I want to take that. I think that was pretty good. Hit some hard rest pause on the last exercise, and then some good drop sets on that. And we're gonna move on to some reverse grip press down because I like to hit the tricep in multiple angles. I think everybody should know that by now. And if you don't, that's okay. I won't hold it against you. We're gonna give these a go and see what we can do. I'm gonna do some cheat reps on these. There. I'll do some cheats to do some negatives. I'm gonna whip it down and try to control that negative. Get some extra time on tension. Give it a second. Now let's go into a superset. I'll give it a little bit. I'm thinking 10 breaths. Does that sound good to y'all? Sounds good to me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, see what we can do again. I'm not really too concerned about the weight down. It's just more the negative is what I want to control. Here. Give it a second. We'll go into another superset. Give it another 10. I'm gonna do that again. That's feeling good, man. That feels it tonight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's go again. Dang it, man. I wanted more than that. All right, let's go into a drop. We'll go from 100 down to 60. Let's go 60. That sounds good. I get those baby reps. Can we flip it? Oh, we can. Look at that. Look at that. Flipping it. I gave it some rest. Ooh. Ooh. All right. And that's one. That's done right there. Man, try to get as much blood in there as I could for as long as I could, but it really starts to burn. Woo. I don't even know what my pump is tonight. I have not checked, but I think filling out a t-shirt, I think that's pretty good, huh? I mean, that's not too bad of a pump. Filled out all the way around. Not too bad. Should that be the thumbnail? Should that be the thumbnail? With the whole arm in there. Yep, there you go, that. I think that should be the thumbnail. Or that. One of the two. All right. I like to push my arms, man. I like to push them as hard as I can get them to go. You know, let's go and grow. There ain't no point in halfway training them. I mean, if you can get them to swell up and push them further, then push them further, you know. I'm not even gonna bother rolling up my sleeves because whenever I do get a pump, it just looks like a puffy tube. But in a shirt, it kind of looks decent. I have no idea what the pump is. I might go measure here in a minute, but I got to do my cardio. It's already getting late, so let me stop miring myself and go get that done. Well, I got curious how big my pump was because, you know, being on a deficit and losing weight, you will start to lose muscle mass too. My arms just looked full tonight. So I was like, let me just measure and see what they're at. And lo and behold, they're still at 18. So they're holding 18 inches. They're not getting any bigger, but the most important thing, they're not getting any smaller. So as I'm losing weight, my arms are holding true to size without losing anything on them, which is freaking amazing. And that gives the appearance of having a bigger frame with a smaller waist, especially when the waistline starts to come down. Okay, I'm getting out of the light. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my walk. I'll see you guys tomorrow.